Welcome to Goals with Soul in 2023. I'm Joanna Ingram and this is Be Magnetic Week. Every day I'm sharing one of our most downloaded manifesting episodes so you can dial up your conscious creator energy to have the business and life you desire, even if you're an overthinker like me. And if manifesting your business success is on your heart and in your vortex for 2023, there is no strategy more essential than creating and expressing your authentic and aligned brand message. Your message powers the energy and intention that attracts your soul-aligned clients, and articulating your truth is the gateway to your next level income results for your coaching business. Being a brand that evokes trust is more important than ever, and all your marketing activity will be more enhanced when you focus on your messaging as priority. I want to help you create your wildly successful results this year starting now. And if you're ready to elevate your client attraction with aligned brand messaging, then access my free on-demand training for coaches, the Magnetic Messaging Masterclass. You'll discover your missing messaging piece to sign soul clients, raise your prices, and stand out in your industry without self-doubt or wasting time and money on audience growth. Simply sign up now by clicking the link in the show notes or go straight to joannaingram.link/masterclass to immediately access the Magnetic Messaging Masterclass. Your message is you. So let's get that clarity to show up as your most courageous, visible self and call in those clients that are meant for you. And now, let's get manifesting. Welcome to Goals with Soul. We've got so many new listeners, and if you're one of them, welcome. I'm so happy that you're here. The topic today is all about signs and signals from the universe. Now, talking about this today dropped in completely spontaneously for me as I was walking around the woods, as I do as many mornings as I can. Gorgeous, crisp, sunny winter day here in London. And I went through my morning routine. I make a pot of porridge and I put it in one of those containers that keeps it warm, and my coffee. And I go off into the woods and I sit and I do some journaling and I walk and visit my swans. And then I do a pranic healing practice where I clear my energy, offer gratitude and welcome in specific support that I request from my guides and from source. And as I was going through this process, I opened my eyes and there in the trees were green parrots. Now, there is a flock of green parrots that live here in my London woods. They are clearly not native to London, but they are absolutely thriving. And I don't see them very regularly. But whenever I do, I see it as a sign from the universe that I'm on the right track. And I notice that I see them most when I'm in a really high vibe situation, when I'm meditating and when I'm doing my pranic healing practice. And every time I feel fantastic. I feel like I'm getting this warm hand on my shoulder saying, it's okay, Joe, you're doing the right thing. You're on the right path. It's all going to work out for the highest good. Perhaps you also have signs and signals that you see. But this wasn't always the way for me. Last year, I did some training in law of attraction and started to understand more about signs and signals and wanted them. I was willing them to appear for me. I know that a lot of people like butterflies. So I decided I was looking out for butterflies. And the more I wanted to see them, the harder it was. I think the desperation and the attachment to the outcome basically repelled the signs and signals from coming into my life. And instead, when I genuinely ease into it with non-attachment, allowing my vibration to rise, that's when the signs and signals appear. And it reminds me of a time, actually about 11 or 12 years ago, well before my personal growth journey began. And I was going through my surrogacy journey. Now, if you've listened to a previous episode, you'll know the full details of this. But in short, after I nearly died in childbirth when my 18-year-old daughter was born, I had an emergency hysterectomy. I was 29 and that meant that I couldn't complete my family, except through surrogacy. So me and my husband went through IVF and went through the surrogacy process in California with a wonderful surrogate who gave birth to our twin daughters who just turned 11. But along the way, as you can imagine, the surrogacy journey was fraught with worry and there were so many twists and turns. Our first transfer failed and we lost 2 embryos. There were various medical complications and a variety of concerns throughout the pregnancy until the girls were actually born at 29 weeks, which is nearly 3 months early. It was not easy, that's for sure. But throughout it, whenever a particular song came on the radio, I saw it as a sign that we were on the right track and everything was going to be okay. Now, perhaps you have a piece of music that does the same for you. Rather strangely, the piece of music that I selected was My Name is Luca by Suzanne Vega. Stunning song. However, when I listen to the lyrics, I wonder, why is this a song that you picked to create a positive outcome in your surrogacy journey? And I honestly can't answer that. But I do know that I love the name Luca and decided that that would be the name for my son when he was born. And every time this song played, which was quite frequently along this year-long period that we were going through the process, I felt so reassured and I knew that everything was going to be okay, even if right now in the moment I couldn't see it. It's that idea that everything is working for the highest good for you. And even if the experience you're having right now does not seem to be so, leaning in with trust is really where everything changes. I've always found trust very difficult. In fact, in 2021, I made it my word of the year. I just wanted to trust and have certainty that things were working out for me, for the highest good. And as soon as you understand that for the highest good doesn't necessarily mean everything in this moment is exactly as you would like it, that's where the trust is really unlocked. And of course, as soon as you have trust, you can move forward with enthusiasm and you can create more and you gain that momentum in your business and in your life. Certainly when you're pushing against trust, it's just not possible. And of course, signs and signals are a beautiful mechanism to help us lean into that trust. I really enjoy angel numbers as well. And one of my twins, Elia, has really got into angel numbers. And in fact, she calls me every morning because she sees on her clock that it's 8:08 every morning as she's getting ready for school. And she says, "Mummy, look, again, it's 8:08. Why do I keep seeing this number?" And we've looked it up and we've talked about the meaning of it. And now whenever she sees repeating numbers or numbers that she sees patterns in, she says, "Mummy, what does this one mean?" And we look it up together. And it's such a blessing to be able to talk about this with her. And I think that as humans, having signs and signals that we can feel reassurance about and feel excited when their meanings are in line with our goals and desires, it creates that spiritual backbone that allows us to go through the hard times and pursue our dreams, even if it feels difficult in the moment. And I know that when I put my trust in the universe, it didn't happen overnight. I had to go through a period of months of becoming that person, seeing the signs, knowing that if it was in my vortex, which I knew it was, it would be mine in time and become my next level self. And I'm seeing so much evidence of that now. I'm seeing all the little breadcrumbs along the way of how I brought my unique and authentic self into my business, how I developed my signature methodology, and also how I made it my mission to bring ease to women like myself who also struggle with trust and certainty and all the things that keep us in worry rather than in wonder. Now I feel this energy and momentum of being exactly where I'm supposed to be at this time without struggle and instead feeling ease. But I know too that I will go back through the struggle cycle because we're always leveling up. But as soon as you imbue that cycle with trust, you come through it so much faster and with so much more grace, right? Now, I mentioned earlier a pranic healing practice that I do in the woods every day, and I really want to share it with you. I've put it into a free 2-part training that starts with about unlocking your unique message, followed by the pranic healing activation that I'm so excited to share with you. It will help release negative blocks and help you increase levels of trust and gratitude, as well as an opportunity to call in help from your guides. This video training and activation is completely free and the link is in the show notes. And so for now, I'd love to invite you to some inspired action, which is around signs and signals. Are there some ways that you can let in what the universe has to say to you? The reassurance that is there for you right now, even when you feel like you could be in struggle. Take the opportunities to raise your vibration, whether that's taking a walk, doing a meditation, or any other number of things that light you up. And then allow yourself some awareness when things come into your world where the universe might be whispering really quietly. So quieten the ego mind so your heart can be open and you can see the signs and signals. Because you are on the right track. What is in your vision is already yours in the vortex. Your only job is to keep walking towards it joyfully, step by step. I hope that you're enjoying Goals with Soul Be Magnetic Week. Make sure to tune in to all 7 episodes. And if you haven't yet accessed the free Magnetic Messaging Masterclass, head on over to the link now to sign up and access the training. You will learn how to discover your missing messaging piece to sign soul clients, raise your prices and stand out in your industry without self-doubt or wasting time and money on audience growth. You can get that at joannaingram.link/masterclass to start 2023 by manifesting your brand message.